Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm back. It's Tuesday, July 21st, and it is 11:08 p.m. I've already recorded one video and uploaded it. It is processing. Now, I was going to go on with the news, but I am going to do a short, well, hopefully it'll be short, video on this whole comet thing, because there is, well, let me just get into it, okay? Because I had said something about it the other night, and I had meant to leave these two links, which I forgot to do. So I'm going to just hit on a couple things, because I think this is really, really important to know. And there's kind of a lot more to this than I can really even get into. But that's why I'm going to leave these two links. And they are, well, they're fairly short YouTube videos about it. So let's just hit on the first one here, and let's go to this, because I wanted to do this kind of as its own video so that I can keep it separate from the news, because this isn't really news, although it should be. All right, NASA, FEMA hold asteroid emergency planning exercise. And I know you're probably looking at this date and you're saying, well, that's from November 2016. Yes, it is. But wait till you see what this exercise was. It was for a comet that would, not a comet, but an asteroid that would hit in September of 2020. So it is very, very pertinent. So let's take a look at this. It said, what would we do if we discovered a large asteroid on course to impact Earth? Well, there is one. While highly unlikely, while highly unlikely, that's not highly unlikely at all. That was the high consequence scenario discussed by attendees at an October 25th NASA FEMA tabletop exercise in El Segundo, California. And we know about all their, their exercises that seem to have, I don't know, frequently turn into real life exercises. The third in a series of exercises hosted jointly by NASA and FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The simulation was designed to strengthen the collaboration between the two agencies, which have administration direction to lead the U.S. response. It's not a matter of if, but when we deal with such a situation, said Thomas Zurbuchen, Associate Administrator for NASA's Science Mission Directorate in Washington. But unlike any other time in our history, we now have the ability to respond to an impact threat through continued observations, predictions, response planning, and mitigation. The exercise provided a forum for the planetary science community to show how it would collect, analyze, and share data about a hypothetical asteroid predicted to impact Earth. Emergency managers discussed how the data would be used to consider some of the unique challenges an asteroid impact would present for preparedness, response, and public warning. It is critical to exercise these kinds of low probability but high consequence disaster scenarios, FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate said. By working through our emergency response plans, now we have a better prepared if and when we need to respond to such an event. Now, if they didn't believe that there was an event like that on the horizon, I doubt they would hold an exercise. I really do. And it just seems that all these exercises that they prepare beforehand and they hold always seem to turn real world at some point in the future, or as in 9/11, it happened at the same time. They were holding an exercise at the same time. The exact same thing was happening. Real world. So let's come down. Exercise attendees included representatives from NASA, FEMA, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Department of Energy National Laboratories, the U.S. Air Force, and the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services. The exercise simulated a possible impact 4 years from now, a fictitious asteroid imagined to have been discovered this fall with a 2% probability of impact with Earth on September 20th. Now, I have heard that there is supposed to be some sort of whatever on September 1st and the September 20th. The simulated asteroid was initially estimated to be between 300 and 800 feet, 100 and 250 meters in size, with a possibility of making impact anywhere along a long swath of Earth, including a narrow band of area that crossed the entire United States. While mounting a deflection mission to move the asteroid off its collision course had been simulated in previous tabletop exercises, this particular exercise was designed so that the time to impact was too short for a deflection mission to be feasible, to pose a great future challenge to emergency managers faced with a mass evacuation of the metropolitan Los Angeles area. Now, I would posit that they know that this is going to be an issue. That's what I believe. Now, you'll never hear that in the mainstream news. By the time you hear about it, probably will be too late. So let's also look at the next item here. And again, this is only for your information. I'm not trying to frighten anybody. I'm not peddling fear porn. I'm not asking you to be afraid. You know, I have faith in God, and I believe that, you know, if such a thing happens and I die, then, well, okay. And if not, I'm not going to worry about it unless I absolutely know where it's going to land and can get to safety. I mean, why? There are some things we just don't have control over. Now we're going to get into the meat of it. Okay, and this is from the Express, home of the Daily and Sunday Express. Okay, what NASA got wrong about God of Chaos, and that is exactly what this asteroid is named. It's called Apophis, and the literal name is God of Chaos. And I'm wondering if this is what the book of Revelation refers to as wormwood, that will be a burning mountain that falls into the sea and poisons great much of the water. So I don't know, but I'm just, hey, we can explore these things without, you know, saying that this is absolutely going to happen. I don't know, but it is certainly a possibility. Research scientist Michael Horn argued NASA has been wrong about the God of Chaos asteroid Apophis and may be forced to take a potential impact more seriously in the future. Now, this was published Friday, October 4th, 2019. Research scientist and official representative for Billy Meyer, Michael Horn, insisted that NASA had previously been wrong about their predictions on the God of Chaos Apophis asteroid. During the interview with Express Co. UK, he claimed the space agency would likely now be taking the dangers of the asteroid more seriously. Mr. Horn said NASA firstly dismissed the possibility that Apophis would hit the Earth. Well, apparently they're not taking that very lightly anymore. They have changed that multiple times now. Fortunately, they are seemingly taking it a little more seriously, but initially they were completely dismissive of it. Well, were they? Because they were already holding exercises for it in 2016. And you know, they can predict exactly where a planet will be, exactly the date and time and everything else, you know, way years ahead. So, yeah. But initially they were completely dismissive of it. Then they had to correct their own size estimate of Apophis to within 25 meters of what the original discoverer, a man named Billy Meyer, stated. Meyer first published his info on Apophis. At the time, he referred to it as the red meteor, but he published his information in 1981. So NASA warns of Buckingham Palace. Okay, this meteor is the size of Buckingham Palace. So yeah, we're going to feel that. If it hit, we'd feel it. Okay, and let's come down here. This was about the near certainty of Apophis eventually impacting the Earth. He published that 23 years before NASA's so-called discovery in 2004. I want to state up front, I am not an astrophysicist nor a mathematician, but NASA had to change their estimation and calculations. And They may have been a number of factors that they had to take into consideration, and we might hit one or two of them in the discussion. NASA had already begun preparations for the arrival of asteroid 99942 Apophis, dubbed the God of Chaos asteroid, which will skim past the Earth in 10 years. Well, actually not 10 years. The asteroid measures 340 meters across and will pass within just 19,000 miles of Earth's surface. I know that sounds like a long way, but there are people getting information now that the government is taking this extremely seriously, and there is a threat in September. So Apophis is one of the largest asteroids to pass so close to the Earth's surface, and a collision with the planet has the potential to be devastating for all life on Earth. The asteroid is said to get closer to Earth than communication and weather satellites in orbit. That's close. And here's the other thing. If it doesn't pass by, like if it doesn't hit, it's going to pass by so close. It's closer to Earth than our satellites are. So it may have an impact on, earthquakes, volcanoes, all that stuff. In fact, I believe there was a meteor coming close to Earth, which may have caused the Japan, that whole earthquake and tsunami. I don't know, but I've read this in one of these articles. The asteroid is set to get closer to Earth, okay? Apophis is traveling almost 25,000 miles per hour, meaning a slight detour from its trajectory could be catastrophic. Michael Horn also referenced the comic illustration of Billy Meyer's presumed initial discovery of the Apophis asteroid before NASA, entitled The Adventures of Billy Meyer. So he found this before NASA and was telling people about it before NASA. And it says a NASA-tracked asteroid is about to skim Earth at 19,800 miles per hour. All right, so let's go back and let's look at this. And this is from October 2019. Asteroid fears NASA's last-ditch system in place for Earth impact 1 week away exposed. Scientist reveals how NASA has a last-ditch system in place in the event a huge space rock is due to impact Earth in 1 to 3 weeks. Okay, that is not this one. That was another asteroid, obviously. So let's go back and look at. And see, the first place I heard about it is in these two videos. And I actually happen to trust this guy. I don't know if an asteroid is going to hit the Earth. It wouldn't surprise me if we get hit by space debris at some point. I think that it's probably inevitable at some point. They claim that an asteroid is what impacted the dinosaurs and killed them off, so anything's possible. But let's look at this, see if this is, I think this might be, now this is 2019 as well, and I'm not sure what they are, which one they're talking about here. So anyway, I want to leave you with the two videos that I saw. You can view them for yourself. I do trust this guy. I've listened to him. I listen to his videos quite frequently, and I do happen to trust him. And you may not, and that's okay. We're different people. We have different views, and we look at things differently. So you may not, but I do want to leave that for you to look at and consider. And I am also doing some interesting research on this as well to see what I can find out. And I really haven't gotten too far with it, but since I mentioned it in one of the previous videos, I did want to get it to you so that you can at least view those videos and tell me what you think. What do you think the chances are? Do you think that this is something that's possible, probable, inevitable? All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave those two links for you, and that'll be it for this video, but I'm coming back. Yes, I'm coming back. I'm going to do a third video. That's right, 3 videos, one night. Hey, who knew? Okay, guys, you have a great evening. Stay safe, stay well, stay blessed, and keep seeking truth because, as you know, deception bites.